Well, I said I was going to do a video of the Greenfield Valley. Now, I saw a video, someone or other, did a video of Holywell the other day, and he got down to the well. I thought, yeah, Holywell's got its problems, but you know, I'm not going to get into all that, like, but sort of missed out on some of the good stuff. Historically, you know what I mean, there's a lot of history around here. Although, when you look at this, it's the old battery pool. This used to be a nice lake, this, with black swans on it, and had some big carp in here, but anyway, well, that has gone. I don't know why that went, but anyway, historically, we've got the old copper mill. When we were kids, we used to all, I mean, it's all fenced off now, you can't get in there, but when we were kids, we used to knock about in here and other mills around the valley, dicking about in the old buildings. We used to call it a cotton mill, but turns out we were wrong. Anyway, kind of get me shadow off that. No, I'm not going to read it all, but yeah, 1776, blah blah blah. If you want to pause and read it all, or if you want to read it in Welsh. Anyway, yeah, the old factory road. There used to be houses up over there, apparently, and say this was the old cotton mill, built in 1776, so it's been here a hell of a long time. Like I say, I'm up on the dam now. It's all fenced off now, so you can't actually get into the actual ruins anymore. You used to be able to, like I say. But yeah, I think when I saw that video the other day, it was just sort of highlighting the bad stuff. I'm not really sort of focusing on like its industrial past and the historical place. I mean, Holywell's been here for a long time. The old, drop me phone, where the old water wheels were and stuff like that for running the mills. But you know, a lot of history. We'll have a wander around the valley, and I shall try and highlight it and show you. And you might want to visit, you might not. Well, hey ho. But anyway, yeah, we're just down from where the well is. Yeah, the well's just up the hill there, and then you come past the Royal Oak, and then a little car park here. You can park down the bottom and walk up, whatever. But yeah, so this is the old copper mill, and if you want to have a look what it says, just pause on that. Have a read. Shame's all fenced off. I suppose when we were kids we used to climb up it, so you know, it was a long time ago. There's an information sign there, but you can't get to that. Don't even think I could zoom in on that one to have a look. Yeah. Not with this phone. Go that way in a minute. Nowhere's complete without a Tesco shopping trolley. Where's she gone? the old cobbles there. Makes you wonder, doesn't it, just how many people have walked over them cobbles over the hundreds of years. She's gone up there. Anyway, I'm going to go down to the next pool. She's off exploring. A couple of horses over there. People having a wander. And what bit this was. She's looking at all the plants and falling in holes. You're going to go through it and pop up the other side? Maybe. Hey? Strawberries?
Raspberries.
Raspberries.
Either raspberries or loganberries.
Huh? Oh. I don't know. I'm not a garden enthusiast. I think that was the old clock tower. Looks like it had a clock on it. I can't remember these days. It's been a long time since I hung round down here. Yeah, I believe that's the old clock tower. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Years since I've done anything with any of the history down here. But Kevin's for Sean. Good lad, Kevin. What's in there? Expected a tramp house. Surprised that's not fenced off. Well, it appears they don't really have too much fun. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's been there since 1700 and whatever. Not that. The building. She's been there since about 1650, haven't you?
About. Give or take a bit.
Give or take, yeah. Anyway, we're going to have a look at the other bit. You can pause that and read it if you want. And you can pause on that as well, although there's a shadow on it. Anyway, it's in Welsh as well. This is the Meadow Mill. I've done a video about this pool on the channel. They're on about opening up for fishing. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that one on this video. Wander around the Meadow Mill where they've now they put in new paths and pegs for people to fish. Unfortunately, they forgot about the lake by the looks of it. They've done all the work out here, and they've done a cracking job. To be fair, they've done a nice job, haven't they? But they've forgotten about the lake. That you need a lake if you're going to do fishing. Far too shallow, far too silty, and not enough fish. But anyway, that was on another video I did. The kids are already fishing here. I'm not going to go any closer to them, we don't want any faces on the video. the rear of the mega mill. Just pop down the bottom and have a look at the other buildings. I'm going to go too close to the edge. I'm dropping my phone because I'm gormless. See where the circular, where the old mill wheel was mounted to run this mill. We'll head down there and have a look and see what we can show you. Bottom end of the weir, I don't know if you can hear me. There's the old mill wheel housing. And this is anyway, can't remember what this mill was, but it was definitely a mill. Wasn't it? Definitely a mill. Definitely a mill. I'm never going to be any good doing a history channel, am I? I've not got a clue what I'm talking about. It was a mill. It was a mill and there's bricks. And now there's like grassy stuff. Not so many bricks. Grassy stuff. The historical content of this video is going to be shocking. Anyway, I suppose it's interesting to a degree, isn't it, if you want to come and look at these things. It's the Meadow Mill, the site of the Greenfield Copper and Brass Company, 1787. So I'll hold that there. Mr. A was the manager. There you go. You can pause that, zoom in, have a little read.
I found a boundary.
Found a boundary?
I found a boundary.
Oh no. Oh, the arrows must be criminals.
From 1831.
That's cool, isn't it? "1934", that says.
Oh.
You haven't got your glasses on, you're on top of your
No,
head. Yeah. It must be the site boundary then, yeah. You have a look in the copper and brass mill. What's that plaque say? Oh, supported by the Heritage Lottery Fund. Can't even speak. Hey?
Regular.
Oh yeah.
All different colour ones.
Cool.
Oh, they're pretty, aren't they? Look at them.
It's the dam we were just on. Surprised this one isn't fenced off. No idea what that alcove is, or was used for. Perhaps it's just support for the dam. Who knows? Someone will know. Anyway, yeah, this is another mill that you can come and visit in Greenfield. It's actually the part of the Greenfield Heritage Park. Heritage, not heritage. Heritage Park. It's because I'm common to speak and drop the H's. I'm assuming this is where they put stuff. Oh, carved by the people from Greenfield, Carmel. Oh yeah, that's interesting. It looks like one of them things here where they push the trolley. You push a trolley. You've got like steps to get your foot in on. Super cool. But she goes and looks at them in a second. Hell of a thing to think it's been here for that many years. What did I say, it was 1700 and something. Mad. Won't dwell on it too much. You can come and have a look. Yeah, I told you she'd go and have a look at them, look. Anyway. Just down from the Meadow Mill. When we were kids, we used to fish on this little wall here. Obviously we fenced it off, health and safety and all that cobblers. Now in that flow there, where all the oxygenated water is, you see millions of sticklebacks and gudgeon and loads of little fish. So we always used to fish off this wall here, gangs of us, and we'd just drop that or we'd slide down because the bank wasn't, well, it was always steep, but you could stand at the bottom. There used to be a stream here between the woodland. Oh no, hang on, no, that was between the Meadow Mill and the Battery Row. There used to be a stream, and there was always water bowls, proper ratty water bowls. When we were up at the Meadow Mill then, we were just chatting to a guy with a drone, and we were watching a shoal of small bream, and some young lads come along to have themselves a bit of a fish. Move your finger off the lens, you idiot. Yeah, a couple of lads there come to have a little fish. Talking to a guy with a drone there, taking photos of stuff high up. Cracking drone, very quiet, wasn't it? And a couple of teal on there, little ducks if you didn't know what a teal is. And you spotted the kingfisher, didn't you? Yeah. So you can get there. Yeah, loads of different birds on there. You can get on there and do a bit of bird watching. So you can spot the kingfishers and the little grebes. We're coming down to the flour mill pool now. So I shall switch it back on when we get there. Unless there's anything interesting on the way. I've told put the camera back on so you can see the nature and the trees and the dandelions, and don't get obsessed with your lawns this time of year. Leave the dandelions. Bees are hungry, just woke up, so they need some food. So leave your dandelions in your garden for as long as you can. So yeah, so I was told to keep it on. There is geese on there, just seen them. They look like farmyardy type geese, not wild. Have a choir walking down the woods, Welsh choir. Anyway, getting to the flour mill pool. We used to fish here when we were kids. Look at that crappy fencing put up there. It made it look like rushes. I think people have been breaking them off, look, so they can get in there. Good. Just people are well, not that I'm condoning vandalism, but this lake is supposed to be for the people of the area, and certain neighbours. All these are, I'm not saying now, but all these like years ago, they all used to be fishing out the gardens, and then complaining about people fishing over here. I mean, when we were kids, this wall here come right to the edge, so we'd walk across and we'd fish off this wall. There used to be a little sandbank. There used to be a big bush here years ago, before they did that dam over there. We'll get to that in a bit. There used to be a big bush here, and if you fish with a big worm under the bush, you used to catch some big perch. Just about to see the lilies coming up. Willows in blossom. Built another house over there. There used to be a restaurant years ago. I remember it was like a restaurant come disco, and in the 80s, we was fishing here in the 80s. It'd be blasted out. Oh, there's a little grebe. Oh, swallows! The swallows are here. Yay, that's me the first spotted the swallow. Look at the bloody cormorants on that island out there. Oh. Anyway, let's not get into the fishing side of things. Yeah, there used to be a restaurant. You see him sat on that island there. Hey? Yeah, the cormorant. Yeah, so anyway, as I keep saying, we were fishing here, and that restaurant used to blast out music, and I remember Whitney Houston wanted to dance with somebody. We were blasting out one Saturday night. Could be a longer video than anticipated. Look at that. Hey Stace, come look at the size of this ghosty here. A massive ghost carp. You won't see it on the camera. A massive ghost carp. He's just swam under there. You see all the other carp.
Oh, I see him.
You see the carp swim. Yeah, there's a massive orange one. Just gone under the tree here. And they've got to be either the fish I put in, or, well, we put in, or the descendants of. Look, you see a couple of the smaller ghosties out there, so they've got to be young ones that are bred in here. Such a shame they closed this lake down. It's a cracking lake to fish. Look at them, they fenced it all off. Shame on you people. But anyway, like I say, not going to get involved in that.
You can't help getting involved in
I
that.
know I can't, but well, I fished here. I used to fish here in the 70s with my dad. Used to fish off that wall over there before they redid the dam. All that was like a natural soil bank, full of bushes and whatnot. But yeah. A couple of cormorants on there, so they're eating most of the, the silverfish. Well, this one's the flour mill. There's a mill behind the dam over there, obviously. We shall go and have a look at in a minute. I'm just letting you see the lake. Two more cormorants there, look. Two there.
Oh, those were the ones I was looking at.
Oh yeah, them two over there and all.
Yeah, from the angle we were at.
Emptying the place.
There might have been herons, but
No, cormorants drying themselves out. Trying not to film anybody. Yeah, Canada's, yeah. There's fish under them bushes there at the back of the weir. Back of the, that used to be a weir there where them Canadas are sat. Anyway, I'll just stop filming for a minute because there's pupils about. Near the site of the old flour mill. I'll have a look around there in a sec. This is the dam to the flour mill pool. Nice pool. What? Yeah, well, this is the one they closed in about 2019, something like that. We'll get down there in a sec. I think if there's a bridge still there. Oh, there's a path still down there, so we might be able to get down there. We should go and have a look. Let's have a look, me duck. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, this is a lower cotton mill. I know it was called the flour mill pool then, hang on. Anyway, this is a third of... Anyway, oh yeah, 1850s, they were taken over by a flour merchant. Anyway, you can pause that and have yourself a read. We'll go down there, if we can get down there now. I think we can. Used to be able to. I think anyone watching this won't bother coming now because they've seen it all.
same as being here in person.
No, no. It's nice some of it's still open that you can get at. I'm pretty sure that graffiti wasn't there in the 1700s. It might be.
It says boots.
Does it say boots? Yeah. Unlikely then. Still some water comes through there, doesn't there?
They could harness it, put the wheels in and generate electricity out of it, really.
Could do, couldn't they, really? I'm not sure where the... Oh, yeah. I think that's... looks like a new one, doesn't it?
I know, there's quite a few of them.
Oh.
They look old, some of them.
Yeah. That was an interesting view of the floor. I think this was the old... Yeah, because there's the... this walls obviously fell down. But you see the holes in the walls and the two squares there. And another square there. That's where they've got the big beams in for to support the wheel. But the rest of the walls fell down, obviously. Pretty interesting. If you're into that sort of thing, you might not be into that sort of thing. You might watch 2 minutes of this video and go, oh, you dug it. And especially that, well, I grew up round here, so, but I've not been down here for a long time. There's a lot of history in all these old buildings. See, someone's had a go at the plaque there. Some of the local lovelies. She'll have a bimble. Lovely old buildings though. Yeah, so this was a cotton mill and then turned into a flour mill, which was interesting. I'd forgotten it was a cotton mill. No, yeah, that's a view you should be used to, you chilling them up. I did a thing. Some of the old gears, the old workings. I'm assuming they're original joists, original window ledge. Pretty sure that's new. Hefty machinery. I have no idea what that is. Looks hydraulic though, so whether it's part of this, could well be. I don't know what that building was. I'm assuming that was like a grain store. Looking at the thing there, you know, it had a grain loft up there. I would have thought anyway. Looks like.
House, maybe.
Yeah, drying house. Yeah, maybe. If anyone knows 100% what it is, pop it in the comments. Right, EasyJet plane going into Liverpool. Not very interesting. Looks like we're going in this bit over here. Here you're getting a proper tour. Proper tour. This video is going to be 4 hours long. Cheap access clear. Yes. We've just been in there.
We've been in there.
Didn't we? Surely just jumped through a window.
There's no window.
Like something out of the professionals. Oh. She's off. I wonder if them gates are original. They look old, don't they? They look like I've hung them. Yeah, if you're interested in this sort of thing, come down and have a look yourself.
No, on the other side of that wall,
Yeah.
it's like a sort of chute.
Ah, right, yeah.
I was wondering what it was this side.
Right, probably
And it's a chute.
it's the other end of the
It's
chute.
the other end of the chute.
Wow. Look at that oak beam there. Comes straight across. I'm assuming that was part of the flooring then. You know, to hold the next level up.
I don't know what that was.
That
That had some pretty big bolts holding whatever.
that's a pipe.
It is, yeah.
It's like a chute, but
No.
cylindrical. Anyone want to know? Anyone know what that is? Let us know. We're stuck. We've got to live in here now. Be alright, actually, put a roof on it. We're fine.
It will fine.
Unless that dam breaks. Get a bit soggy in the kitchen. Yeah,
There's no way of actually imagining what this place was like before, is there?
not really, no.
There's just so many bits sticking
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah. And I wouldn't have thought there was many cameras around in them days.
It's like those little arch things. Were they little windows? Were they little ovens? Or were they?
Yeah. Perhaps they were little ovens that went through to the drying room.
Because the
I
bricks in
don't
the
know.
middle are not the original bricks.
No, they've been put in there as support, haven't they, to block it up, I'd imagine. Again, anyone knows anything, put it in the comments. There's some knowledgeable people out there. Like I say, I grew up round here, messing around here when we were kids. Didn't really take a great deal of notice. That's definitely a modern wall. Little torture hut. Yeah.
It's got to be where some little cart was.
Something that,
rails.
yeah, it's got things on the top there. It looks like it lifts up. You lift it. Been restored a bit, this building. No idea what they are either. But when we were kids, we'd come down here and you'd catch sticklebacks. Oh, I just saw one. You very rare see sticklebacks anymore. Well, not where I've been anyway. Water's very shallow, but I'd imagine the mud's quite deep. I don't know, maybe not. There's a dog in it. All gears there. Shafts. It's a very big wheel. Another step down gear by the looks of it. Anyway, let's move on to the next bit. Don't have to dwell too long because, well, you can come and have a look yourself, can't you? Just on the bridge, you just come out of there. I was watching loads of little sticklebacks in there. Took me right back. And obviously the stream going down, a little female mallard having a wander about. I was just saying we used to see dippers here when we were kids. And I'd really love to see a dipper. I've not seen one for such a long time. I'd imagine that rock there. See that rock with the moss on?
Yeah.
Ideal place for a dipper to sit. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, another interesting-ish bit. Well, your litter. But they've made it difficult to get down there now. We used to catch fish in here as well. It used to be a lot deeper. Mess around in here. Oh, you can see roach swimming through down there. See the roach down there? Look. Just see the shadows moving through. Another one there.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember what this one's called, but I'm sure there'll be a sign here. That's definitely a mallard. Yes, mallard. And they're flutterbys. It's silted up like mad, that. It used to be quite deep in there, from what I remember. There's still a load of fish in there, though, swimming up. Plenty of fish. I'm not sure if this was part of the mill we've just come from. Oh, that was a bit high for me, that. My legs don't bend like they used to. Yeah, I don't know what this bit's called. You know, the next bit, the next pond down is the Paris mine pool. So I don't know what this is called. Oh, they put a water wheel in there, look. Have a look through that gate in a minute. Put steps up the weir. They'd have been ace when we were kids, though. We'd have been out of fishing there. We would have done and all. You'd fish anywhere. But yeah, it looks like you can't get in there. All the info boards are on there, so I'm assuming it's for organised days by the Valley Trust. Yeah, don't let your dog shit everywhere. Site of the Abbey, wire mill, that's it. Yeah, wire mill, yeah. That's what it was. Down here. I'll be next. Have a quick squiz. Quick peep through here. There's your water wheel they put there. Yeah. Can't see because of the sun's on it a bit. Anyway, yeah, there's a water wheel. Yeah, this is the site of the old wire mill. I'd forgotten about that. Anyway. Now this is new. I've never seen this before. This is new to me. Oh, you could clean the rubbish up really. Yeah, how's your railway sleepers there, look. Stick a couple of them on your back. Yay! Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never seen this before. It was this wasn't here. It wasn't here last time we came down. A couple of years ago, so them houses weren't there either. There used to be one house. Oh yeah, it's still there. That one on the end. Get your finger off the lens, you idiot. Swans are a pain in the arse, they were when you're up on the Flowy mill, on the Flowy. There's some fish in here. I'm obsessed with fish at the moment.
Yeah.
Did you catch anything? No? Oh. You having a go in here? I won't film them because they get into trouble. This is not allowed to fish. This is a lime kiln. There you go. I'll put that on there and you can pause it and zoom in if you can be asked. Who?
Periwinkles.
Yeah, look at all them fish there. Absolutely full of roach and rudd. They'll catch them in there. Well, they put an adventure playground. There you go. Bring the kids down at weekends. If it's open, I'm not even sure. I know they've got a little petting zoo over there. Or like a little farm type thing. We've got an adventure playground here now. This is new as well.
Yeah.
And that there, that building there is the old bakehouse. That's where we used to have our cups of tea and stuff when we were bailiffs down here. Anyway, we'll have a wander around to have a look at the Paris Mine pool. I won't film there because there's lads fishing there. They're not really supposed to be fishing there, but I don't care, so but I'm not showing their faces. Because we don't want to get them into trouble. We'll have a look at the yeah, we'll have a look at the sculptures in a sec. We'll just, yeah, this is the Paris Mine car park. You can actually, come down the Well Hill Park here and either go over there towards the Abbey or up where we just came from. We'll have a look at the wooden sculptures in a minute. There you go, you can pause on that and have yourself a bit of a read. There's a lot of people about and trying not to film. I'm trying not to film them. Toilet block. I'm not sure if that's like the visitor centre or is that the visitor centre?
Visitor centre,
Oh, right.
tea rooms.
That's
You can
cafe.
walk up round there.
Yeah, there's a tea room down there. It's shut this time of afternoon. Is it?
Brew.
If it's open, we might as well go and have a brew, yeah. There's a farmyard over there. What you can see, you've got to pay to get in there, I reckon. Hey, Welsh flag. Look at that. Stacey's going to get a brew, and then we'll have a wander around Basingwerk Abbey. See, all these things were missed from Mr. Billy's video the other day. They seem to only focus on the bad of Holywell. So I'm doing a bit of the good. Anyway, we're going to see if this cafe's open. Get a brew. Anyway, it's 5:10 on a Sunday and the tea room's shut.
Even though it says open.
Even though it says open. The Basingwerk house, built in 1925, and you can pause it and read it yourself. Someone's got a huge rut. That'll explain why that pond's called Ruts. There's another pond behind that hedge, or a little bit beyond that hedge, and we always used to call it Ruts. Hugh Rut. Huh. There you go, I'm learning stuff myself. Shocking. You're going to have to zoom in on that one because this is the story of the Basingwerk Abbey, which we'll have a wander around in a sec, or the ruins of. So the 12th century, 1147, 1157 sort of thing. Yeah. So this has been here for a hell of a long time. And it's free to go in, which is a shocker. It says keep the gate shut. Tell you what, they never used to allow dogs in here. So, we shall have a bimble. Okay, so we're going to take you with us instead of doing bits and bobs. Yeah, you got to try and avoid filming people. But yeah, this is Basingwerk Abbey. It's been here since the 12th century, or what's left of it. There's all sorts of stuff you can find on the internet about it. There's holes in the ground. Yeah. There's ruins. More ruins. We'll go over that way first, I think. Away from the people. Because I don't want to have to try and blur people out and edit people out. But there is a map. If you have a look on if you come down here, if you have a look on the map as you come in, it tells you which. Yeah, we'll go through it in a sec. See the arches. Yeah, it's quite an impressive building, really, isn't it? Arch windows, arch doors. I imagine this was some sort of courtyard, maybe. I don't know.
Had big pillars in it.
Had big pillars in it. That must be the bedroom. These walls have been climbed by God knows how many generations of kids. We were always up on there, clambering about, and up on there. Well, actually, I could never get up there for some reason. I wasn't a very good climber, but a couple of lads who used to knock around with down here, they were up there like, yeah, rat up a rope. Well, like I said, every town's got its issues. I just think I'm doing this because, well, there's good bits as well, isn't there? You know, it's the footprint of the Abbey. Proper walls, weren't they? How thick they were. Ain't no Clywyd or council house, are they? Proper thick walls. Look at how thick that wall is. It's got to be getting on, what, 3.5 foot?
Easy.
Got to be. Mind you, I suppose he didn't have any heating. Or maybe no glass, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you know, history. It's a story, innit? And what would you say? See that up there? It looks like a sink, doesn't it? Well, that would be a sink for upstairs. You think?
Maybe.
Or is it something where they put the beams on to... Mind you, no, this is an outer wall, isn't it? Oh no, maybe not. No, this is... yeah. Anyway, I don't know what it is. Shut me gob. Typical, stand right where the sun's coming through. But that must be...
Neither of us are at all religious. We're probably not the best people to talk about.
No. No. I tell you what, an old boy, Cyril, I used to come knock around with years ago. He knew everything about this place. He'd tell you all sorts. But obviously, over the years, I've just forgotten. But them walls, they've got to be 30 or 40 foot high. Quite popular. People like coming down here and just chilling out, having picnics, throwing their dog shit bags, so you can get them through the windows. Look how thick that wall is. That's some wall, that, isn't it? There's a sign there, no break dancing. So if you come here, you don't like to do the break dancing. The archways we looked at earlier on. I'll zoom it back out. I haven't zoomed in. Bloody idiot. say, this has been here since the 12th century. So, been here a long time. Look at the workmanship in them. The tooling marks still on some of them, I think. Could be erosion maybe, don't know what this bit was. I'd imagine it was quite fancy anyway.
Yeah.
But it has something to do with Henry VIII, didn't it? The dissolution of the monasteries, that sort of thing. I think he knocked them all down, didn't he? Smashed them up. Took over the church for himself, I think. It's something like that. I don't know. I'm usually quite a bit of a history buff, but when it's on your doorstep, you don't take a great deal of notice, do you? It's only as you start getting older. I mean, obviously we're just whipping through the place. You can spend ages here, you know, looking at windows, looking at tooling marks, getting a bit of an idea of how it was. Looking at the width of this doorway, I'm pretty sure the monks weren't obese. No McDonald's. Stopped me camera then while I was coming through. Get down from there, you thug.
There's a square bit here.
It will have had a reason, I'm sure. Perhaps that's where they used to keep tramps. Perhaps it's a pigsty. Don't know.
Not this far inside.
Why not? Now that over there, I'm pretty sure is a fireplace. That's an old door frame, I reckon. Yeah, old door frame. I mean, look at this.
I think it could have been a jail. Look, there's holes there, or where the bars used to be. And if they still didn't behave themselves, they've got to shut it back.
Yeah. There's holes in the walls there, and like the beams sticking out. They'll have been the supports for the upper floor. Where that hole is there. And then that there, I'm assuming. This is a fireplace, yeah. Yeah. In Fairplace. Up the chimney. Yeah, this is like. But you see a lot of holes in the walls, I'm assuming there. There's a beam sticking out there as well. So I'm assuming they're for holding the upper floors up. And that old wood there. You think that wood?
Yeah.
That's been there since 1100 and something. That's shocking, isn't it? Buy a piece of timber these days, it just rots. Anyway, I'm assuming these pillars were big at one time, holding the roof up, holding something up. Massive walls. It must have been a hell of a place, mustn't it? And you know, there's a big footprint. Big
I
footprint.
think you moaning about the amount of people that are here now.
Yeah. Imagine how busy it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, look how big the mice used to be. What size is that mouse hole? I'm assuming this must have been a bathroom or something like that, looking at the drain. Look like a water drain, doesn't it? Bathroom, toilet. You don't know. The info will be there, or someone watching will know.
literally looked at the plan a bit, but okay.
Well, I like to be surprised, don't we? Should we go out in the back garden? There is another building there, but there's kids playing football and I don't want to film that. I think these might have been like the cattle sheds and stuff. Yeah, that looks like some sort of drainage system, doesn't it? You never know. Might have been, mightn't it?
Used to have in the Roman places.
Yeah. Some building though, or it would have been some building in its heyday. They look like supports, don't they? Or something. Perhaps these are like the cattle sheds or something, or
Sort of height, aren't they, for like pig pens or something?
yeah, maybe, yeah. I think though, that took some building. No machinery or anything like that back then. A couple of dudes with a shovel made out of wood. It's mostly clean as well. You're always going to get a bit of litter blowing in, or people chucking their litter about. But it's only the minority of people do that. Again, there's more supports here. Look.
I don't use that bit long.
Well, it's been there a long time, so I reckon it'll be a couple of weeks. Oh look, dog shit bag. Nice of you. Take your dog shit home with you. These beams. Don't know if they're original. I'm assuming they are. They look integral to the building, don't they? It's pretty rotten, that one. That bit might have been put back on. Don't think that's an original beam. But you never know.
It's a great tree.
That's probably been here as long as this. Maybe not, a couple hundred, 250, 250 years, maybe. It's a really nice afternoon anyway. Maybe about 5:30 now, something like that. Oh. More litter. You get a sort of sense of the scale of the place. From here, you know what I mean? A couple 100 foot one way, and then, you know. Around the, yeah, so we go back through that way and then have a look in that other piece. Anyway, I'll stop this.
That's such a cool tree.
Yeah, it's about 6 trees in one. Tell you what though, that base, I tell you what, right, I reckon it, by the looks of it, it's probably been cut down years ago. If you look at the base.
Or there was a bad wind and it split.
Yeah, maybe. But the circumference of that tree. Wouldn't mind betting this has been here as long as the Abbey, you know. We have the River Dee through, maybe just about make it out, and the Wirral in the background. We'll get into that one. I'll turn this off until we get round the other side. Yeah, probably. I think this bit's the cloisters. I think. All them more beams for holding the, or stone pillars for holding the next floor up, or holding the roof trusses on or whatever. Yeah, I'd imagine this.
That was a big old window there, wasn't
Yeah, it looked like it used to be a big archway, didn't it? Window, door, don't know. Yeah, probably a window looking at it. It's angled, isn't it, like a window would be. But yeah, I don't think there'd have been another floor. That'd be supporting roof trusses, wouldn't it?
You can see the angle of the roof up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Coming up to a point and back down again. It looks like that stone there is possibly the bottom of the window.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah. Don't think that was a fireplace or anything. Perhaps that was a...
But it looks like it's burnt as if it was.
Yeah, these must have been windows.
Yeah.
Because, well, they've been filled in to hold them up. Yeah. Definitely look like windows, because, well, the rest of them are windows, aren't they? Yeah, they'd have been the same as that, I would have thought. And you can see where the monks would come out the back on their BMXs. And they'd come along here on their BMX and they would jump there. Do a backflip and then they'd cycle round on their bikes. Anyway, that is pretty much the Greenfield Valley, Basingwerk Abbey and Stacey's head. An awful lot of your head in it. There's a sign over there. Let's have a quick look at the sign. And then I'll let them all go and get a cup of tea because they've been watching for hours. 3 days by camel. There's a hell of a footprint of a place. Oh, I'm not.
What? What was that?
That's a song thrush. I have not seen this. I was talking about them last week. I've not seen a song thrush for a long time. High culture, low morality. Okay, let's just get up. And you can pause on that and have a quick look. It reached its golden age from 1481 to 1523. Awesome. Anyway, you can pause that, read it yourself. If you want to read it in Welsh, you can. Pause that one. And we'll come back in a bit. Okay, we're walking away from the Abbey towards the visitors area. This is the old school, which I showed you the sign of before we went in the Abbey. It's the adventure playground from the other angle. the farm. I don't know what animals they've got there now. I gave them a load of chickens once. Yeah, remember the chickens I said I got? The chicks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I brought them down here when they got too big.
That's what's the other side of this field.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have some good times down here with mate Chris, the old mate Griff. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, the old mate Griff and Chris and Simon. And one or two others. Giant woman. And Gates have been there a long time. They were here when I used to come down here, turn the bakehouse into an ice cream parlour. No idea what she is. I'm assuming could be Saint Winifred, don't know. Or just some wooden bird.
With flowers.
With a massive chess set. Yeah, this is the visitor centre. I think you have to go in through the door here. You go in through here. When we arrived, we walked down the back of these buildings around the Paris Nine pool. Looks like they've got still got a woodland walk. Yeah, free exhibition, open 10 till 3. The visitor centre's further down then. Fishing pool, that's an old sign, isn't it? Because they closed that down, they should put fishing pool. We shut it down because we're idiots. And that is concluding the tour of Greenfield Valley. Back now at the wire mill. And that is it. Well, if you've got this far, which I doubt most of you have.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. You deserve a medal. We're knackered. Well, I'm knackered anyway. And that's it. Anyway, yeah, so this is the good part of Holywell, as I said earlier. I will try and edit some of it out. Stop filming Stacey. So I was just filming your ass then as well. There's the sign again, you can zoom in, slow down, bicycles, etc., cars, blah blah blah, woodland walk that you have to get in through the visitor centre. That's if it's still as a woodland walk, it might not be. Anyway, right, busy waffling. That's it. Thanks for having a look. If you've had a look, I wouldn't bother subscribing to the channel if this is all that dragged you in there, because it's normally fishing and shooting and other sort of dodginess. Unless you like fishing and shooting, you can subscribe. You can subscribe anyway. But I wouldn't, if you think, oh, this channel might have loads of this sort of stuff. It doesn't. Basically person. Yeah, so like I said, definitely not worth subscribing on the back of this video, but thanks for having a look. Anyway, sorted. Right, we're going. See you in a bit.